What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of the BullRush Live. We are live and direct coming out of sunny South Florida here for you. And I just wanted to welcome all 131,647 BullRush traders. We've finally hit or gone over 130,000 active traders or players on BullRush now that we have sports as well. We have an action-packed show for you. Sorry for the slight delay. I was working on doing something here, trying to get us live on TikTok as well. Unfortunately, we'll be live on TikTok next week, but if you're watching now, welcome the YouTube fam, welcome all Twitch fam, Facebook fam. We're live across all channels except for TikTok, which will be live on next week. Like I said, we got an action-packed show for everybody here today. We have what's up, Sports Picker? What's up, Sharon? What's up? Hi. We got first, second. Nice. Like I said, we got an action-packed show for you guys today. We're going to be going over our $100,000 tournament, which, of course, huge prize money there. We're going to be going over some other competitions that we got going on. We got some big news out of Forex in Japan and Europe, and of course we're going to be talking about a little bit about USD. We again, I feel like for the past 3 weeks, we've had another record high in crypto. So we're going to break down everything in crypto and break down a little bit about the Genius Act, which just passed legislation in the U.S. This week. So we'll talk about the Genius Act a little bit, and of course, we're going to talk about what some of the biggest banks are doing regarding crypto and what they have their eye on regarding crypto. And then last but not least, we had some titans fighting in boxing this week. So we'll break down the latest Usyk fight, the Usyk versus Daniel Dubois fight that happened in London over this past week. We're also going to be talking about a little bit about England and some updates about the upcoming Olympics. Oh, sorry, not the upcoming, but the 2036 Olympics. So all that and more and in this live stream, and who knows, we may even have a giveaway. So let me just move this camera because I am weirdly to the side. Sorry. Me not being centered was kind of messing with me there, so I had to change it. So let's get a few people in there, and then we're going to talk about that 100K once we have some more people in there. But first but not least, let me just remind you guys of a update that happened last weekend. So last weekend we had our, where is it? Whoops, sorry. I had the banner up here somewhere. Okay, right here. The 1-to-1 credit update. So I know there was some confusion before. I don't have any credits, but I know there was some a little bit of confusion before, like I always say, and like we always say here at BullRush, the people build BullRush. You know what I mean? We do what you guys say, and we build it, and we make it better. What's up, Master Terrace Ford Best? How's your arepa this morning? Yeah, we listen to what you guys say, and a lot of people said, a 1-to-1 credit would be, better. It helps with confusion, helps with looking at competitions and prize pools and all that. So we've made an update. Now all credits are a 1-to-1. Before it was 1-to-100. So now if you have 100 credits, you have $100. Very simple. 1 credit, 1 BullRush credit equals $1 US. We have, before I get into the 100K tournament, which I'll get into here in a little bit, we have some updates here with some of our single rounds. So as you guys know, we have now the Profit Quest and the Profit Sprint. So let's just check in because both of those are going to be ending, I believe, this week. When is the Profit? Whoa, sorry, I'm in starting soon. I'm in the wrong bucket. That's why. Sorry, the Profit Sprint does not end this week. It ends next week, but we'll give you guys an update because I believe a bunch of people have already hit the 5%. Now it's just who can get that 5% faster. But first, let's hop in here in the Profit Rush and see what's going on. Drink Forex asked, how can we win the 100K? Well, stay tuned, and I'll give you everything you need to know to secure this because we got 100K cash we're giving out them blue bills, you know what I mean? And you can secure that for just a small $100. So I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can turn this one tiny little lonely bill into a massive stack like this with the BullRush NFL Survivor Series. But you're going to have to stay tuned because we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. So first off, we got the Profit Rush. Profit Rush, if you don't remember, I mean, you're gonna say, Sharon, you said that ain't real. You're gonna say something different once you have that in your bank account. So the Profit Rush, as you guys know, it's the fastest person to get to 25%. So we already have a winner here. Again, he has not secured the dub because if anybody else gets 25% faster than him, they will swipe that prize right from him. But right now we got Ja Mixie in first place with a 25.43% return in a 1 day, 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 55 seconds. Wow. Now, hypothetically, if somebody joins right now and they have 8 hours, even if they take the entire 8 hours, but they get the 25%, you're going to swipe that $250 prize right from John Mixie. So if you think you can make it happen, hop in this. There's still time to join this competition. You have 8 hours, 16 minutes, and 40 seconds to get that 25% return. If you think you can make it happen, and if you really think you're that trading, you got them skills, hop in there, join that, and get that 250, because 5 to 250, I mean, you can't beat that come up. I mean, for a cup of coffee, you could potentially be winning $250. Now let's hop into our other competition. We have our newer competition here, the Profit Sprint. Went right past it. So this one usually lasts for 2 weeks. Our Profit Quest lasts for 1 week. If nobody hits that 25% within the week, it carries over and the prize pool grows bigger. Now, for this Profit Sprint, it is $5 as well to join. But there's 3 prizes. So the top 3 people will win a prize. First place is going to get a 10K A-Book Challenge. Second place is going to get a 5K A-Book Challenge. And then third place is also going to get a 5K A-Book Challenge. Now, remember, I said it's whoever gets there the fastest. So if we look here, first place, obviously, 3 minutes and 55 seconds. Rock star there, man. I don't know how confident I am that anybody else is going to be beating that score. I got spam callers. This one spam caller just called me 3 times in a row. My bad. Yeah, first place, 3 minutes and 55 seconds. I think it's going to be pretty tough for somebody to beat that, but we have a whole nother week of this competition. This competition doesn't end till August 1st. So if we have a little sniper that hops in here, you still have the chance of winning that 10K A-Book Challenge. Now, for second and third, we have 1 hour and 7 minutes and 5 seconds and 1 hour and 22 minutes and 34 seconds. Something very, very funny the other day, if you're in our Discord, you saw this, or follow us on social media, you saw this. Let me see if I can pull up the picture for you guys. We had somebody extremely close, and this is why I love these BullRush competitions. We had... oh geez, where is it? Yes, here you go. So if we look right here, third and fourth place was 1 second apart. Insane. We can actually, let's check where Sura Jakete is, but he had 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 55 seconds, and third place, which wins a 5K A-Book Challenge, was 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 54 seconds. So this just shows you how competitive and how tight and how close these competitions can really get. Sorry about that. Just realized I don't have, if you guys are commenting on Twitch, I don't have the Twitch stream or Twitch chat up. Let me pull up that Twitch chat really quick. There you go. There you go. Now I can see what you guys are saying on Twitch. Um, so, Profit Sprint. Yep, there's still time to join. You know, first place, kind of hard, 3 hours and 55 minutes to catch up to that, but you still got second and third. If you can get that 5% within an hour, you can knock these guys out. And where's our Surajak? Oh, looks like he re-entered and tried again, and it took him a little bit longer. So it is what it is. But oh no, look, we're still 1 second apart. What am I talking about? Yeah, 1 second apart here, but we had somebody else pop in here in third place. So that was the difference. Yes. So now we have fourth and fifth place, 1 second apart. If any of these guys re-enter and try again, they could get that. They could beat that 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 34 seconds. So now that we're here, I'm just gonna briefly talk about the NFL Survivor competition, and of course, I'll talk about it again at the end of the show. So let me just get serious here. So the NFL Survivor, biggest competition to date that BullRush has ever run. If any of you guys have been here since the beginning, you know that when we launched, we did a 100 sorry, not 100. We did a $10,000 trading competition for our launch, which was huge, great success. I believe first place won $5,000. Well, now it's different. This year, we're doing it a little bit different. Since anybody watching, you guys know that we... Yes, you're close. Master Chairs for Best, you still have time, though. You have 2 weeks to hop back in, and you could, I have a feeling you could beat 1 hour and 26 minutes. I think you can beat that time. But back to that other competition. We're going to be giving away $100,000 for the NFL Survivor competition. That means that also the entry price is $100. So that means that $100 could be turned into... $100 could be turned into $100,000, right? Well, let me rephrase that. 100,000. We're giving away over $100,000. First place will receive half, so $50,000. So you could turn $100,000, or sorry, $100 into $50,000. And if you really think about it, we're gonna break down the exact prize pool here in a sec. But you could actually win more. So I believe the most that first place could win. Let me put that all over here. Trying if you're watching, I didn't. Don't worry. I'll put this little $100 bill in my. I'm not sure you didn't see anything, but. So pretty much, if you win first place, the most you could win is $55,000. So let's hop in here. Let me show you a visual here and break it down a little bit more here for you guys to understand. So we got our NFL tournament, $100,000. It's a $100 entry fee, and there's going to be 20 rounds, so 20 weeks of NFL football. Of course, we know there's 16 weeks of regular season, and then we got 4 weeks of 4 weeks of postseason, so playoffs. We got the Pro Bowl, and then we got the Super Bowl, which the Super Bowl will be round 20. Make it every round. You have to advance every round to make it to the final round. And 80%, as long as you're in the top 80%, so you're better than 20% of the other competitors, you're going to move on to the next round. Now, there's more than just that final prize pool. So let's break down the prize pool. So if you make it to round 20, the prize pool is first place will get $50,000. Second place, $20,000. Third place will get $10,000. Fourth place, $5,000. Fifth, $2,500. Sixth through 10th will get $1,000 each, and then all the remaining in round 20 are each going to get $200. So even if you make it to the final round, but you don't place in the top 10, you're still going to double your money. So, I mean, you can't beat that. But again, $50,000 to first place, that is life-changing money. But there's more than just that. Don't worry. If you don't make it to round 20, you can still win prizes. So every single week, from week 1 through 19, the first place the person who places in first place will make it to round 20, will have a guaranteed spot. So if you're in week, let's say you win first place in week 2, you have a guaranteed spot. So even if in week 4 you're in the bottom 20% and you don't make it on, you can't compete in week 4 you get disqualified, so you can't compete in week 5, 6, 7, 5 or 6 through 19, but you can still compete in the final round for that $50,000 prize. Now, there's even more. Between weeks 10 and 19, every week we're giving away $1,000 worth of prizes. Excuse me. So first place is guaranteed, is going to be guaranteed entry into round 20 plus $500. Second place is going to be receiving $350, and third place is also going to be receiving $150. These are going to be extra prizes. If this is just a little reward to say thank you for making it 10 weeks, because of course that is a big accomplishment. So if you add all this up, that's why I said first place could technically win $55,000, because if you add up, let's say first place wins first in weeks 10 through 19, that's $500 every week, and then they win first place in the final round, that's $55,000. Same thing with second. If they win first place every week, then that's $25,000, $15,000, or at the very least you win you win 2 of these, you get $1,000, and then you place ninth, so your overall prize is $2,000. So there's a lot of ways here where you could win a lot of money. If you guys have any questions, let me know how it works. Again, it's going to be 20 rounds. You start in round 1. Every week, the top 80% will move on to the next round. And I think you have to place at least 1 trade in each month. So I'll give you guys a little insider, since you guys are on the live stream. A little hint of what I would do is don't overtrade. Every week you get 100 grand. You don't have to bet the whole 100 grand, because guess what? At least for the first 10 weeks, no. Anthony, it's real money, real cash money, real blue bills right to your bank account. It's $100,000 of real money. Same thing with the weekly prizes. This is we're giving away $1,000 of real cash. So you're going to see it pop up in your BullRush account right up here. And then you're going to, I don't have any credits, so I can't cash out. It doesn't give me the option. But once you have the credits in there, you'll be able to click right up here and hit withdraw and get it right into your bank account, right into your crypto, wherever you want to hold your money. It is real 100% USD real cash money. Yes, real nice, real money. So for just $100 USD, you can enter and you can win up to $55,000 in the competition. I'm jealous, honestly, for you guys, because if I could, I would 100% join this. I live in the U.S. I know internationally not a lot of people do, but even if you don't watch NFL, like I said, the smart way, what I would do, at least for probably like the first 10 rounds, is I'd wager like 10 grand. And then, even if I lose my whole 10 grand, I'm still at $90,000, and most likely, knowing how people how people pick in sports, people are going to start wagering more than 20% are going to wager more than $10,000. So if you just bet or wager $10,000 every week for the first 10 weeks, you should make it through into those weeks 11 through 19, where you can start winning real cash. Unless you want to secure your spot in round 20 and then try to pick as best as you can, make that first place spot and secure that final round entry. So essentially 19 people are going to make it directly into the final round, and you could be one of those. So if you have any questions, let me know about this. Real money, turn $100. Whoa. It's hard to hold all this, man. Turn $100 into $50K, which this is $100K, but you could 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So $50,000. So you could turn $100K or $100 into $50,000 with this competition. Visually, I mean, this looks, I've never held this much money, so this is kind of crazy. But woo, yes. So hop in there now. The link, well, you could just go to bullrush.com/NFL survivor, or you could hop in, go to the BullRush homepage, and you could click on just the NFL Survivor Tournament and hop in here. We already got 6 people. We just launched this yesterday. We got 6 people. So yeah, hop in there, hit join, and you are ready to rock and roll. Like I said, when you go in here, you can see all the tournament rounds. So there's 20 rounds in the tournament, and the final round is where you can win all that moolah. So look at that. Beautiful, right? Let's see round 19 prizes. Oh, it's the same. So round 20. Yes. So join in, hop in there. You don't want to miss it. Let's go over some news real quick. And if you guys have any questions about this competition, I'd be happy to answer them for you. And we'll get into some other updates here in a moment. Sorry. But first, we got news. And, you know, we all love news here. So we're going to hop into Forex. So it's time for your global currency market update. And this week, we're seeing a lot of movement from Tokyo to Washington and all the way down to Moscow. So let's hop in there. We begin in Japan, where the yen showed a surprising strength following a political stumble after Japan's ruling coalition lost its upper house majority. Investors braced for potential gridlock, and the yen edged higher. Analysts say that the uncertainty could limit fiscal expansion, but for now, the currency is benefiting from a short-term flight to safety. Over in the U.S., the dollar is on shaky ground with President Trump's August 1st tariff deadline looming. Traders are hesitant, and the greenback weakened this week as markets await clarity on whether sweeping tariffs on key trade partners, including the EU and Canada, will go into effect. Until then, the dollar remains the name. Volatility remains name of the game. And lastly, in Russia, the ruble is having a banner year, up nearly 45% year to date, and it's one of 2025's best performing currencies. Strong energy exports and conservative fiscal policy and limited capital outflows are contributing to the momentum, but the surge is a double-edged sword. Exporters are feeling the pain, and analysts warn that long-term economic pressure could follow. Very interesting in the currency news. We know that the last year, yes, if you are allowed, Shabiz said some countries are not allowed. Unfortunately, yes, we do have some restricted countries on different restricted countries, because I know Shabiz, I believe you were the first ever. Yes, you were one of our first payouts on BullRush Prop. So I do actually have an interview with Shabiz FX there that we'll be releasing next week. My voice is slow. Do I need to talk faster? Sorry. We do have an interview coming out with Shabiz next week, so stay tuned for that. He is funded with BullRush, and he is one of our first payouts on BullRush. So congratulations, Shabiz. But yes, unfortunately, we do not allow all countries. Yes, I'm going to tell you how to get the 100K here in just a moment. In just a moment. And we're going to have a commercial here in just a moment too. But yes, not every country. So there are some oh, I just froze. Sorry about that, guys. My camera just turned off. So let's just switch back to this camera. Yes, so there's many ways that you can earn the 100K. Like I said, if you missed it, I was talking about it earlier. I'll go over it again at the end of the live stream. So, Casco Cham, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can win $100,000 here in a moment. Let me hop into commercial real quick and fix my camera, and then we will be right back.
Welcome to BullRush Trading Competitions, where the thrill of trading meets the excitement of competitions. Are you ready to win big cash prizes? Well, come compete with BullRush, where you have the ability on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis to win real cash prizes. At BullRush, we believe that trading competitions should be challenging and rewarding at the same time. You'll join an elite group of traders from around the world as you compete for cash prizes in these daily, weekly, and month-long competitions. We look forward to seeing you there. At BullRush, there's a competition for every skill set as well as every style of trading. We have day trader competitions where you can test your scalping strategies. We have weekly and month-long competitions where you can go and test your swing trading and position holding competitions. We even have news trading competitions where you can test your skills during news events to see if you are a good trader. Additionally, we have multi-round competitions and tournaments where it's a multi-stage where traders get divided into groups and they progress through the different groups until ultimately a champion is crowned in the final round. These last anywhere from 2 rounds to 12-round durations. With BullRush, you're not just joining a trading competition, you're joining a community. We foster a great competitive environment through our Discord channels, through our YouTube videos, and even through live chat features within the dashboard. And don't just trade once. Our unique XP score system allows you to grow at your own pace through our unique tracking mechanism where you earn points for anything you do in the system, from logging in to answering daily trivia to competing in competitions. Of course, if you win the competitions, you get more XP and you grow as a trader throughout that process. So are you ready to take your trading to the next level with BullRush? Click the link to join now and start winning cash prizes.
All right, and we're back. Let me go over some crypto really quick. So first up, record-shattering milestone. The global crypto market has officially surged past $4 trillion in total market capitalization. That's right, $4 trillion. Analysts say this leap is powered by growing institutional adoption, regulatory breakthrough, and sky investor confidence. And leading the charge, Bitcoin, the king of crypto, crossed the $120,000 mark for the first time in history, smashing previous records. The surge largely driven by major inflows from Wall Street institutions and a flurry of optimism ahead of the new U.S. crypto legislation. What crypto legislation, you may ask? Well, there's a lot of crypto legislation going on all around the world and especially in the U.S. right now. But the one that we're going to be talking about today is the Genius Act. Now, officially signed into law, this landmark legislation sets nationwide rules for stablecoins requiring clear reserve backing, audit transparency, and federal oversight. It's a move industry leaders are calling the biggest regulatory breakthrough since Bitcoin's inception. And the banks are wasting no time. Citigroup and the Bank of America are both reportedly developing their own stablecoins, positioning themselves to ride the regulatory wave, and sources say that these digital dollars could launch within months, signaling a new age of crypto banking integration. Now, we're going to hop into the crypto charts, but before I do, let me cover the quick sports news, and then we'll go back to crypto and just analyze these charts a little bit and see what's going on. So in one of the most anticipated rematches, and this was a good one for anybody who watched, in recent heavyweight history, Alexander Usyk reaffirmed his dominance with a decisive 5th-round TKO over Daniel Dubois at London's Wembley Stadium. Now 24-0 with 15 knockouts, Usyk unified all major belts once again, becoming undisputed heavyweight champion for the second time. The 38-year-old Ukrainian came in holding the WBA, WBO, and WBC titles and left the ring with his legacy fully intact. Now, to the pitch, where the Lionesses of England continue to roar. In a high-pressure semi-final at the Women's Euros, England edged past Italy, showcasing not just talent, but resilience, securing the win. Coach Keira Walsh praised her squad for creating their own luck, emphasizing the team's mental toughness as the difference maker. With the final looming, England's eyes, continental glory. And finally, a major development in the Olympic world. Qatar has officially entered discussions with the International Olympic Committee to host the 2036 Summer Games. The Gulf nation, already boasting 95% of the required infrastructure could become the first Middle Eastern country to host the Olympics, building on its experience from the 2022 World Cup and Asia Games. Very interesting. So let's just hop in here and check out what crypto has been doing in the last week. So yes, right now we're back down to Bitcoin being 116,000, ETH as 3,704, and XRP is at $3.12. All have retracted a little bit this week. But still, very, very interesting. However you feel about crypto, we can see the three biggest ones here. And one thing I never thought XRP would be one of the top three biggest cryptos, but it's overpassed Solana, which is very interesting. Now, a lot of you guys, or Kasham has been asking, how do you win the 100K? Everybody wants to get all of some of this cash right here. Look, to get that 100K, you're going to have to join our 100K Survivor Tournament. This is the only place where you can turn $100 into, well, we're giving away 100K, but first place is going to win 50K, so about this much. So $100 into 50K, what you got to do is you got to go to the, what you physically have to do is go to the sports area here, go to tournaments, and then join the NFL Survivor competition. Now, what that entails is 20 weeks. If you can survive 20 weeks, you secure that prize. Every week, the top 80% will advance to the next round. The top 20%, they're out. If you can survive all 20 rounds, you're going to be in the 19 rounds. You'll be in the final round where you have a chance to win $50,000. Every week, you just place your picks on the NFL, on the games that week. There's no limit to how many picks you can place except for your 100K fantasy bankroll that resets every week. If you make it to the final round, this is the prize pool for the final round. First place, 50K. Second place, 20K. Third, 10. Fourth, 5. 5th, 2,500, 6th through 10th, 1,000, and all the remaining 20 people are going to double up their money with 200 smackaroos. Now, there's even more rewards. So for weeks 1 through 19, all weeks 1 through 19, the person that places in first place is going to get an automatic seat in round 20. Kashok, it's $100,000 cash. No challenges. This is sports picking. So there's no challenges. You're going to be turning $100 cash into $100,000 cold, hard cash. You don't want to miss it. Sorry, I was reading the chat here. Yes, so $100 cash. You just have to be in the top 80% of every week. Like I said, weeks 1 through 9, if you place first place, you're going to get an automatic seat in that final round where you have a chance to win $50,000. And then for weeks 10 through 9, of course, first place again is going to get a free round into round 20 with the $50,000. And they're also going to win $500. Second place is going to win $350, and third place is going to get $150. So we're giving away 10 grand about for those weeks, and then yes, $50,000 or $100,000 in the final round. So if you think about it, it really is 110-ish thousand dollars that we're giving away. So it's really more than $100,000. Give me one moment. Let me see if you guys have any other questions here. Right before I go, though, because we're nearing the end of the show here, I also wanted to talk about the NFL preseason showdown. This is completely free to join. So if any of you guys in the chat or anybody watching, you guys aren't, so well versed in NFL or sports picking in general, you can hop in this and test out your skills. Like I said, it's completely free to enter, and it's a good way to test out the sports picking platform, see if you're going to be good with this. We have a ton of people already in there. It's going to be 2 rounds. It's going to be for the preseason, so 1 week for week 1. I believe week 1 we skipped. So 1 week for week 2 of the preseason, and then 1 round for week 3 of the preseason. And the first place winner is going to win 1 or 10,000 credits. So that is big. Um, Whoops. I have frozen. Let me restart this. Sorry if you can't see me right now. Somebody had come into the studio and misplaced my fan for my camera, so my camera keeps overheating for some reason. Let me go. Oh, we're back. All right. So that's that. 100K to first place. If you win the 100K, I hope you go make it rain. You can go. We're giving away $100,000. That's what I would do if I won 100 grand. But you know, you can do whatever you'd like. I had a great show this week. Make sure you go to BullRush. We got tons of competitions going on, trading competitions. This week we have our crypto weekend competition starting at 5 p.m. Eastern today. So make sure you hop in there. Leave you guys on a good note here. And not like this whole live stream has been a good note, but another little quote I always like to give you guys was that I heard this week was, everything you can imagine is real, and that's from Pablo Picasso. And I say that because I was talking to a friend, and one of my friends was like, man, I just wish I could, I won't go into the business he wanted to start, but he wanted to start a business, and he's like, man, I wish I could just start the business. I just, I don't have enough money, and I don't have enough time, and just throwing out all these excuses. But he's like, I could visualize me running this business and being this kind of person that owns this business and stuff. Like, it was a consulting thing. And I was like, dude, you're imagining it, you can do it. The only difference between all the people who are doing what they don't like and all the people who are doing what they do like is the people who are doing what they do like, they imagined something and they did it. They executed. They weren't like, oh, well, what am I going to do if I don't make enough money? What am I going to do? Just do it. Just do it. Take risk, especially if you're young. If you're under like 40, 35, 40, take the risk. Do it. And just, if you can imagine it, it can be real. If you're thinking, man, I wish I could have $1 million account, guess what? You can. Just work hard, study, make sure you got a killer strategy, and then get that 100K funded account, 200K funded account, whatever you see. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, BullRush Comp on Twitter and Instagram. Instagram BullRush_comp, Twitter BullRush Comp, and YouTube BullRush Comp. Same thing on Twitch. And TikTok BullRush Comp. Make sure you follow us all on all those competitions. If you got $100, make sure you take that and put that into the and you can take 100 and you can spend it on a ton of things that aren't going to be good. This is maybe like half a night in the club in Miami where we are down here in South Florida. So you could spend this at the club, or you could turn it into some cold hard cash. Like I said, cold hard cash. Look at that. You hear that? You hear that? Cold hard cash. So take 100, spend it in the club, or take 100 and turn it into 50K. Which one would you rather have? I know my choice. You got to make your choice. I had a great live stream today. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Hop in. We also have the Battle of the Bulls competition. We have tons of different kinds of competitions. Sorry, I got Twitch here too. Let me pull up the Twitch chat just before I go again. Yes. Yes, it is only going to be NFL. Yes, it'll only be NFL. For the NFL Survivor competition, only NFL. So, had a great stream. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you use code AMA promo for a 100% deposit bonus. Oh, and I almost forgot. Before we go, last thing right here is we have expanded. If you don't know, there's only a few days left to take advantage of it, but we've expanded our. Let me go to the home page. Let me go to trading. We've expanded our prop account discount. If you don't know, we're the first ever fully A-booked prop firm, and we which means your trades are going straight to the market. When you place a trade with us, you're actually placing a trade in the market. And we have a massive 66% discount on our 5, 10, and 25K accounts. So right now, until July 31st, so about 6 more days, you can get a 5K account from $15, 10K account starting at $30, and 25K account starting at $60. Let me say that again. A 25K account for just $60. And not one of these 25K casino accounts like any of these other prop firms have. A 25K A-booked real funded account for $60. Just use code 100K and 100K at prop.bullrush.com and you're rocking and rolling. You're a funded trader. So take advantage of this, because this is the last live stream where I can talk about this, because next live stream will be August 1st and this will be over. So make sure you use code 100K to get 66% off your next A-booked challenge account. Again, I've had a great stream. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you next week.